Hey guys, what's up? Kalamazi here, and we're going to be taking a look at Windwalker Monk today in the beta for Azeroth Alpha. I did a quick run through Tol Dagor and was able to log the run, so we'll be taking a look at the damage breakdown after each boss and the trash damage overall at the end. These are the talents I chose to run with, and they're very similar to the cookie cutter talents that Windwalker uses on live servers. I chose Fist of the White Tiger as I wanted to try the new ability and see how it felt overall. The 3 combo point generation felt great, and while it does not do a damage cone around your target like Striker the Windlord does, I thought it could be a decent replacement for Striker the Windlord, so we'll see how it is overall and at the end of the dungeon. The Sand Queen is the first boss you encounter pretty quickly once entering the instance. Her mechanics affect both melee and range pretty much the same, simply positioning yourself so that you do not hit the brown circles on the ground and be ready to move away during the winds is the majority of the fight. Spread out when she goes underground for her dive ability, and that's mostly all there is to the fight on normal. Taking a look at the damage, we see Windwalker first, followed by Frost Mage in second. With this being a pretty stationary fight, this is about what I expected, as there aren't multiple targets for Mage or Hunter Cleo either. On Heroic, she does spawn a buzzing drone ad, but Heroic is unfortunately not accessible at this point. The breakdown here does show that Fist of Fury was our most damaging ability, followed by Whirling Dragon Punch, Rising Sun Kick, and then Blackout Kick. We are no longer using the Entor's tier set, so Blackout Kick's damage is a bit lower percentage-wise than live servers. Touch of Death clocks in at about 14k, so it will be interesting to see what it does on other bosses and be able to compare the damage, therefore. Jess Howless is the second boss here, and as we know has an intermission phase starting at 50%, which he runs along a hallway and spawns 5 to 6 ads or so, which we have to kill once you reach the end. Saving a charge of Storm, Earth, and Fire here is very important for killing ads quickly, as once you reach the end of the hallway and last phase begins, there's not really any more movement on the fight. I expect Fist of Fury and Spinning Crane Kick to be pretty high here overall in our damage breakdown, due to having a small period of heavy add damage and cleave. We can see here that Windwalker was first overall by about 300 DPS or so, followed by Frost Mage and then the Marksman Hunter. The damage breakdown shows that our highest damage ability this fight was Fist of Fury, followed by Spinning Crane Kick and then Whirling Dragon Punch. All these abilities hit your main target as well as nearby enemies, so this does make a good bit of sense. Fist of Fury and Spinning Crane Kick are very close in damage overall, and if we had not used Fist single target, then I would imagine Spinning Crane Kick would probably be our most damaging ability by far in this fight. Knight Captain Valyria is the third encounter we have, and for this specific run we did not assign it a specific group member, which has normally been the healers, to move barrels. Instead, everyone moved the barrels from the large fire circle she places. The fight was a bit quicker than I had anticipated this time, but thankfully it did not mess up our cooldown rotation or anything of the sort. The damage here shows Windwalker being first again overall, followed by Frost Mage and then the Blood Decay and Marksman Hunter. With this fight having such a large amount of required movement if yourself are moving barrels, I feel my numbers could have been a bit inflated here, as the Mage and Hunter alike probably suffered a bit more from having to move barrels as ranged DPS do normally overall. The breakdown here shows the Fist of Fury is still our most damaging ability, followed by Rising Sun Kick and then Touch of Death. Touch of Death's damage overall has been very close across the first three encounters, being 14k, 15k, and now once again 14k. Having the consistency of being so close is nice, however it's not hitting as hard percentage-wise as we currently see on live servers. We also see Fist of the White Tiger here again at the very bottom, providing minimal damage in DPS. The final encounter is Overseer Korgus. He's actually had some part of his encounter bugged every time I fought him. In my last run we had 2 or 3 cannons active and spinning for the duration of the fight, and this time the visual from his cross ignition was not showing on the floor before he cast it, making it really hard to avoid actually getting hit by the super hard hitting ability. We did have a death or two during the encounter, which is going to skew the damage a bit, but we were able to kill it in the end.
Try these rounds on living terms. You'll get caught in the crossfire. Run all you want. I never miss.
Here are the damage meters from the Overseer Korgus encounter. The Frost Mage's first overall fall very closely by us playing Windwalker Monk. It felt a bit better as melee having only one cannon active during this specific encounter, and I like the fact that it appears to be a random cannon near him every time, which makes pre-planning for the encounter a bit harder. The final damage breakdown shows us a pretty similar trend. Fist of Fury is number 1, followed by Rising Sun Kick. We actually have Blackout Kick in third this time, followed by Whirling Dragon Punch, and then Touch of Death. Touch of Death's damage did hit for 13.9 here, which is very close to the average damage from each of the other bosses as well. Fist of the White Tiger was very low on damage here, even though it does provide 3 combo points. I felt you'd probably be better taking the Combo Breaker talent instead row at this point. Taking a look at the trash overall damage, there's a pretty large difference here, and I was pretty surprised. I went to look at the damage breakdown, however, and noticed that Spamtic also had the overall cannon barrage damage from the cannon near the end of the dungeon added to his damage. Subtracting that, he sits right around 1.6 million overall, which is just about the same as us. I did expect Windwalker to be a bit more ahead here, but I would imagine it has to do with CD usage and being more comfortable with the trash pulls and making larger trash pulls overall as well. Our most damaging ability on trash was Fist of Fury, followed by Whirling Dragon Punch and then Spinning Crane Kick. If we were doing larger trash pulls, or I was a bit more familiar with said pulls, I would imagine that Spinning Crane Kick would be a good bit higher on the overall damage percentage overall. With that being said, I still really like how Windwalker felt in Tol Dagor. It still feels very similar to the playstyle we have on live servers, minus Strike of the Windlord, so if you're enjoying playing Windwalker on live, then you should also enjoy its current form on Alpha a good bit. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of this run and how Windwalker looks on Alpha in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's anything new or different that you'd like to see on Alpha or different builds in specific dungeons. If you want to see more Battle for Azeroth and Warcraft content, hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons as I release new content every 2 to 3 days. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you in Battle for Azeroth. Peace.